Hello everybody, Jason Wang, Century 21 Expert Advisors here in the Charleston Tri-County market. Doing a short video today to discuss 3 ways that you can buy a new construction home and the best way to make sure that you get the most bang for your buck. So the 3 ways are going to include from scratch, from inventory, and then a bust. So from scratch is essentially where you go in, you choose your home site, and then you go through the whole process of building your home. You're going to the design center, you're doing everything and choosing exactly what you want within this home. Now, when it comes to buying a home from scratch, this is where you're going to have the least negotiating room. And you're actually going to have no negotiating room on the base price of it. However, you may have a chance to negotiate some upgrades or different packages and such. But really, when you're buying it from scratch, this is where you're really paying the premium for it when it comes to buying that new build. Now, the second way to build is from the inventory. So this is where a builder will go in and they'll crank out homes, and then with the intention to sell them fast once they're built. Now, it's very important to understand that with these inventory homes, the day that that home is completed, the builder starts to lose money. So they are very aggressive in making sure that they sell off their inventory in a fast time frame to make sure that they maximize their profits. So a lot of times when you look at a new build community where they build up all these homes, within 30 days, usually around that 25 to 30 day mark, you're going to see that first price adjustment and price reduction that they make, followed by others down the way, because they really want to sell these as fast as possible and they're willing to be a little bit aggressive on it. So this is where you actually have a little bit more negotiating room versus on building it from scratch. Now, with the inventory, it's also important to understand that you need an agent to actually negotiate on your behalf, because just because you get a deal off of the marked price does not mean that you're getting a deal. It's like if, let's say, you've got a Honda, 2010 Honda on the lot that's worth $10,000 technically. And on the lot, they are asking $16,000 for it. And you come in and you start to do your negotiatings, and you're a rock star at negotiating. Maybe you've got a past in sales and whatnot. You've practiced, and you negotiate them $5,000 off. Wow, that seems like a great deal. I got $5,000 off the sticker price. Well, now you're just at the typical value, the true value of the car. So all that negotiating that you really did actually just was a gimmick that they used to help you feel like you got a deal, when in reality they're selling you that car at true 100% market value, if not a little bit over. And so when it comes down to negotiating on the current inventory, I would always recommend working with a strong agent to make sure that you're protected and that you actually understand the marketplace, where things are at within the area, what's expected, what's trending, and what's going to give you the best ability to make sure that you're making the best purchase decision on this inventory home. Now, the third way to purchase new construction is called a bust. Now, a bust typically happens when a buyer goes in and they start from scratch and they go through the process and they're designing it exactly how they want it, and then their financing falls through or something happens where they can't close on the home. Well, now this builder has a home that's either semi-complete or completed that was priced at a premium for the person who bought it at scratch, and a lot of times these busts are not the trendy style. A lot of times you're going to find the person who has a unique taste and they went in there and they chose their updates, and so this might be a little bit more difficult for the builder to sell. Well, since we know that the builders start losing money every day that it sits on the market, they're going to be pretty aggressive on selling out these busts. And so when you go in there, you've got the most negotiating room compared to starting from scratch or buying an inventory home. And like I said, it may not be the exact taste that you want, it may not be the trendy style that you want, but with that negotiating room, you've also got negotiating power on making the changes. So whereas you might walk in and they're trying to sell it fast and they're willing to give you a pretty good deal, but you walk in and you go, oh my gosh, this countertop is terrible. Well, instead of just walking away and saying, no, I'm not going to buy that one, you can get into a conversation and have your agent, representing you, throw some things out there like, hey, if we get under contract on this and we can come to terms on the sale of this and my buyer is serious, are you open to maybe replacing this countertop with the countertops that my client really prefers. And a lot of times, if the motivation is there for the builder, they will be willing to work with you on making some changes within that home so that it can meet your preferences and meet your taste, just to make sure that they can get that deal done and get it sold. And so what I would say is bust equals best. This is where you may have to go in and make some changes or settle for a couple things that aren't exactly what you want, but this is where you're going to really be able to negotiate the best possible deal. Now, wrapping it all up, like I said, you've got from scratch, you've got inventory homes, and then you got the bust. Regardless of which route you go, I would highly, highly, highly encourage you to be working with a strong agent who knows the market, who has the relationships built, who is going to be there for you to make sure that you don't get ripped off. Because, like I said, even if you negotiate off of the purchase price and it seems like a really good deal, a lot of times there will be other costs within the process that you may not be aware of or fully understand what it means for you, and it can end up costing you a lot of money in the long run. So once again, highly encourage you working with a strong professional when it comes to purchasing a new build, and somebody that's going to help you navigate through the different ways to purchase. If you ever have questions for me, please don't hesitate to reach out. My direct number is 843-655-2249, and my email address is c21.jasonwang@gmail.com. Thanks for watching this short video, and I will see you guys on the next one.